Hi guys, and welcome back to another video.
If I was the student, would you be the teacher? If I was the sinner, would you be the preacher? Would you be my it's the done. I still got a lot of shit to learn.
So this video is going to be what my horse gets fed day to day. And just a quick disclaimer, this is what works for my horse. That's not to say it's going to work for your horse. And just make sure you do your own research regarding your horse's feeds. Also, I've only had my horse for about a month, so this is what's working for him right now. But that's not to say it might not change in the future. Turbo's feed does vary a little bit between morning and night, so we have black for night and blue for morning. So the first thing that goes into his bucket is wheat and chaff, which is just mainly for roughage, and I use wheat and chaff instead of oat and chaff just because it has a little bit less sugar. So he gets 2 of these big blue scoops at night, which is equal to 890 grams or 12 cups, and then he gets 1 scoop in the morning, which is equal to 445 grams or 6 cups. The next thing I feed is lucerne, which I feed again for roughage and also for protein. So lucerne is high in calcium and potassium and low in phosphorus and sodium. So to balance out how low it is in sodium and how high it is in potassium, I add salt to his feeds, which salt is high in sodium, because getting too much potassium can actually cause some horses to go a bit nuts, which is where the whole thing about my horse goes crazy on lucerne comes from. So Turbo gets 2 of these small blue scoops night and day, which is equal to 460 grams or 6 cups. So the next thing I feed is High Gain Balanced, which is an all-rounder low-dose maintenance pellet, which provides high levels of vitamin E and selenium for cell health, biotin for hoof and coat health, chelated minerals and quality protein and essential amino acids for muscle development. So Turbo gets just under 1 of these scoops in his breakfast and his dinner, which is equal to about 590 grams and roughly 3 cups. And the recommended amount that you feed for horses in medium to intense work is 1 to 1.25 kilograms, so that's just what I go off. The next thing I feed is copra, which is good for keeping overall condition and weight, hoof health and coat condition and shine, and it's also a good cool feed. Copra is essentially the dried white flesh of a coconut, and it has quite high protein content. It's a good source of oil, and it has a relatively high fat content of 8%. Copra goes from the powder that you saw before to how it is right now in this video when it gets wet, so it's very important that you make sure you wet it before you feed it to them so it's not expanding in their stomachs. Turbo gets 1 of these small blue scoops morning and night, which is equal to 375 grams or 2 cups morning and night. The next thing I feed are crushed lupins, which are predominantly a source of protein and energy and contain some fat. They're a good cool feed and they are digested efficiently because of their low starch and high fiber content. I only feed a really small amount, so Turbo gets 1 of these little blue scoops morning and night, which is equal to 170 grams or 1 cup morning and night. So now we finally move on to the supplements. So psyllium husk isn't really a supplement, it's a pellet, but I'm just including it with the supplement because it comes in a really small bag. Pretty much it's a sand flush which helps avoid the accumulation of sand in the gut and helps maintain digestive health. You only need to feed this for 5 days of each month, and I feed 2 scoops at night, which is equal to 120 grams or 6 tablespoons, which is the recommended amount for horses over 500 kilograms. The next thing I feed is just plain salt, which is to encourage drinking and balance the lack of sodium in lucerne. Turbo gets just under 1 of these small blue scoops every morning, which is equal to 25 grams or 1 tablespoon every morning. The next thing I feed is just pure lysine, which is a supplement to aid in muscle development, and it also improves protein and amino acid availability. Turbo gets 1 of these small scoops morning and night, which is equal to 10 grams or 1 tablespoon morning and night. Next is Joint Joy, which is a blended herbal supplement to assist in joint health and general health. It contains turmeric, which has anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties, white willow bark, which can relieve joint pain and relieve inflammation and swelling, as well as improving mobility in aching and painful joints, rosehip granules, which are well known for helping to stimulate circulation and for being high in antioxidants and vitamin C, Celery seeds, which are a cleansing herb useful in ridding the system of an accumulation of waste products. Turbo gets one of these small white scoops morning and night, which is equivalent to 10 grams or 1 tablespoon morning and night. The recommended amount per day for 500 kilogram and over horses is 1 to 2 tablespoons. The next thing he gets is High Gain Regain, which I accidentally wrote recharge on this container, just ignore that. Anyway, this is a supplement to replace body salts and electrolytes lost during exercise. It contains sodium and chloride, potassium, magnesium and calcium, which are all very important. Turbo gets 1 scoop of this every night, which is why he doesn't get salt at night as well. 1 scoop is equal to 30 grams and roughly 5 teaspoons. The recommended feeding amount for just maintenance and light work is 30 grams a day or 60 grams for moderate to heavy work. So that's what Turbo gets fed day to day, and just a quick little note here, horses should consume a maximum of 1.7% of their body weight in dry feed daily. For a horse that weighs 500 kilograms, they should be fed maximum of 8.5 kilograms a day of dry feed. My feed is a total of 3,725 grams in the morning and 4,200 grams at night. So that means the total kilogram daily is 7.9 kilograms. So it is under the 1.7% rule. So I hope you all enjoyed watching this video, because if you didn't, I'm literally gonna go jump off a cliff. It took me, no exaggeration, 5 hours to film from the amount of times I had to re-record stuff. So I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video.